So last time we understood like how we can work on SwiftUI environment. Now the number 2 is application lifecycle in SwiftUI. So this is the second step. Bear with me, we'll go slow and speed will come automatically. We can't kill multiple birds in single stone in a short time of period. So don't worry about this. Slowly and gradually we'll understand and learn this technology strongly. So the application lifecycle in SwiftUI have 4 points right now. What are application states in SwiftUI? So basically 3: active, inactive, and background. So once application is in running, like process are happening on the application and I'm watching the application, then this is the active state. If any call, Siri, or any function is performed in between the application, that will go into the inactive state. And after receiving the call or any action performed or any other application will get opened, then our application can go to the background mode, and from the background it will reach till active through inactive. So this is a straightforward style. Now how we can just detect that we will understand. Point number 2 is saying UI application delegate adapter. So if we are coming from UI kit side, then UI application delegate protocol is adapting all the functions related to the app lifecycle through the UI kit. In app delegate function, whatever we were just calling. So those functions, if we just want to track through this adapter, through this property wrapper, we can just call them. But if UI application delegates are not working, then why we have to focus on UIWindowSceneDelegate? Because SwiftUI have the app protocol, and the app protocol is always required the scene, and scene are basically depends on the WindowSceneDelegate rather than UI application delegate. So this is must. One by one we'll see and just check those things, and we will be super strong in this. So we'll create one project. This is app, and we'll say this is the SwiftUI application lifecycle. Rather than a storyboard, we'll select SwiftUI. Once we'll select it, we'll add it into this folder only. This skeleton will be there. If you are not comfortable in this, please check the previous video. So preview and everything we'll understand. Now we have to start our journey from this app. So main, we know this main. So wherever it will get add into the UI kit, it will ask the UI application delegate. In this case, it is required through the app, and app is a protocol which require a scene. So our body is required a scene, and window group is basically is a group, and it is useful when multi-platform kind of scene handling the settings and options and different UI. On that time we can work on the window view, but this is not the topic for this lecture. We can just focus on the app lifecycle first. So the first point is what are application states in SwiftUI. So I just want to detect the app lifecycle states while running the app on simulator or real device, no matter. So I'll run the application into the simulator, and once it will get start, I should track the information while coming background and while coming on active state or inactive state. So there is a property kind of environment, and this property wrapper is saying you can just make something like this scene phase. So lots of property are added here. We can just get our respective property which we require. So this is related to scene. Otherwise, like lots of properties are there, you can just choose those things and we can learn lots of things strongly. Scene phase is my scene phase, which will help me out to understand the application lifecycle state. So there is a function modifier which is called as onChange. In on change, I will put the scene phase, and once scene phase will get changed, suppose like I will go up and down, then on that time this function will get called. So in this I can just say switch, and I'll pass my scene phase all the properties. So we already knew this background, so I'll just print this is my background property, and this is my inactive property, and this is my active property. Means like this is the active state, inactive state, and background state. Now this alert is saying like possibly add in future versions, something can be added up over there and it can be breakable. So I'll say unknown state. Now I will run the app. We'll understand easily like where we are. So application is started and it is printing active state. So basically it came here, and if I'm going down with command shift H, it is coming first into the inactive state, so it will print inactive, and then it will go in the background. So as I said, like number point, first background to active, it should cross the inactive, and active to background also it should cross inactive state. So once I'm coming back from background to active state, it will again print the inactive, and then it will be active. So it is pretty simple. So any action, Siri calling or whatever things will be there in active state will get performed. If positive actions will come, suppose receiving the total call, then my application will go into background mode. Or if I will just disconnect the call, again it will become into the active. That's all, pretty simple. Now what I want is, I just want to inform you about UIApplicationDelegate adapter. So basically this is a property wrapper, and this property wrapper is saying I require two things. What kind of two things? One is UIApplicationDelegate and another is a type NS object. So I said, I'm thinking like the viewers are familiar with UIKit. So there is a app delegate class already, or if we are not familiar with UIKit, we can just check there is also a mother class which is app delegate, and in that like we need to register UIApplicationDelegate functions, and first function is did finish launching or did finish launching with option. So this is my first function which should get called if my older style application is running or I need to work on the old style culture. So basically what it will ask me, it will say like please give me your app delegate who have two things, NS object and application delegate. So I'll say self, and then I can say where my app delegate function variable. So this is the thing which I just want to add here. Now I just want to make a breakpoint again, and I can just go and check whether this breakpoint is hitting or not. So this started hitting and it is saying I'm getting called. Okay, it's fine. But what will happen if I just want to track the old traditional style functions? So what I will do, I will just remove those functions, and what I'll do, I don't require this one also. Now I need to track the application functions, lifecycle functions through older style. So there is, like, suppose did become active or foreground function or terminate functions or background functions or resign active function is available. So these functions we have introduced. So basically my assumption was if did finish launching is getting called, then those should also get called. So I'll run the app, and what will happen we'll see. So basically this function is okay, but other things are not getting called, and I was pretty much confused. So now I understood, like, this is the app protocol which required a scene, and that required a window scene. So number 2 and 3 we covered, and the relation and the indirect relation of the window scene that you understood. Because those functions are not getting called, they don't belongs to scene. So we need to register a class SceneDelegate, and you can say NS object UIWindowSceneDelegate, and in that all the functions like become active, resign, and background, foreground, and terminate if it is there, otherwise it is available into AppDelegate itself. So now what we can do, we can make breakpoints there as well. And one more duty we have, that we need to inform to this AppDelegate that please configure my UI scene configuration. So let scene config UI scene config, and I'll say name is nil because I am not belonging to anyone, and I can say connecting session role I'll pass the same. And one more important thing is their delegate class. So I require the connection of application delegate to scene delegate. So this is my scene delegate class which I need to pass here. So this delegate class is nothing but it's any class that I require. So whenever it will just configure, it will hit those functions. Now all set. So now if any scene will be appear over there on the top of this UI application delegate layer, that scene will get captured, and like on the top of that, those functions will get called. So we'll see. We'll run it again. And this time did finish launching get called. Okay, fine, scene is called, and then my these function also should get called. So you will see, will enter foreground get called, and then did become active get called. So this is the thing that we need to understand. So if we want older style all the functions, also one more thing I just want to tell you, if I will go and just do command shift double H, it will go and call the scene delegate resign active, and once I will just remove this, it is calling application will terminate through the app delegate function. So rest functions, scene functions are getting called through the scene delegate, and the termination function is getting called through the app delegate. So this was the whole history, and we covered all the 4 points. Adapter will not directly call all the application lifecycle older functions through app delegate UI application delegate functions that will get called through the UIWindowSceneDelegate, what we just observed, and termination function will get called by our app delegate UIApplicationDelegate function. That's all. In next chapter we will go and just check the main component, like how we can just transit in SwiftUI from one page to another page. And the most interesting topic we have to cover is NavigationStack. If we are covering that, that means we'll get strong knowledge about the transition from one page to another page into SwiftUI, the navigation flow, either in tab bar, either in navigation, either in tab bar controller type or UI navigation controller type, or a simple present kind of things. So all the navigation process is super easy if we are understanding the navigation stack. So that will be my next topic. And if you like my content, please support me through buy me a coffee option. Thank you.